sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I just choked down chocolate chip cookies and Grandpa's femur. Femur.
We make money now?
No, we had to pay
So
them.
this episode, it's just too slippery. I'm slicing everything.
Every time I swing my 5-iron, it goes up that guy's ass.
Welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's your host, Jim and Foo.
Welcome to the show, Sad Dads Club podcast.
Episode 63.
60.
If my calculations are correct.
Yes, we can count at least
Wow.
near the holidays when we're not absorbed with working notifications.
I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but I believe one more than last week's show would be 63.
Yeah.
Episode 63.
Yeah. And since we're not having to add two, then
And I'm not drinking
right
at the moment.
this time.
Yeah. That's what's been going on in the last couple shows where I'm like, I don't even know what number it is
Yeah.
this week. No drinking. Look what it does, folks.
Yeah. We should be more hammered, Nady.
Well, maybe I do need to forget some shit,
Wait, hey, that depends on how the holiday was.
to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So how was your smoked turkey for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes. I smoked a turkey, and it turned out delicious. It was super moist,
Yeah.
nice flavor, no complaints.
So
It was awesome.
and Rod, your father-in-law did an oven turkey?
He did an oven turkey, which is the same turkey that he does every year. I'm not even sure he puts seasoning on it.
Really?
I mean, absolutely, there's no pepper on there.
Yeah.
So
You had plenty of turkey.
yeah, I did a little bird. It was a little 10-pounder, so it wasn't like it was
Did you
a huge amount of meat.
totally consume yours at dinner? Did you end up with...
No, we had leftovers and made sandwiches
Did you?
for like a day or
God,
two.
the smoked turkey makes the best sandwiches.
It was delicious. I was really impressed with the whole turkey flavor, how moist the meat was off the smoker, especially with the brine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if did I mention this? I made it easy on myself. I bought a kit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
you had said. Where
so
did you get it? I don't think I remember.
it was at Whole Foods. And
Okay.
it was a brine kit with a brine.
Wow. Hello.
It had a brine seasoning packet.
That's right.
And it had a bag, and then it also came with a seasoning packet for the outside for the cook.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just, okay, that sounds great. I looked at all the seasonings in the package. I was like, I like all that stuff. Let's try it.
Good to go.
Yeah, and it delivered. It was very good.
Yeah.
Made delicious gravy.
Oh.
Holy mackerel! I was
Yeah.
impressed with the gravy.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy as a clam. It was a good week. My daughter came home. I took a couple days off work, hung out, had Thanksgiving. We went to that SeaQuest place. Did I tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
There's a place in Folsom called SeaQuest.
Okay.
It's at the Palladio. And it's like a little, I don't know, aquarium kind of place.
Okay.
But they have other kinds of animals too.
Okay.
Almost like
At the Palladio?
yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. And it's pretty good size.
I'll be down.
They had a two-toed sloth, which is awesome because I think
Wow.
sloths are awesome. They had these,
They're chill.
yeah, they're just, I watched them for a bit, and they do these things where you can sign up for a time slot and like feed them. I don't know if it's extra money or whatever, but you
Yeah.
can go in with the expert and they'll tell you about them and you can feed them.
Okay.
I didn't do that, but I watched a couple kids go in that their
Right.
mom had set them up, and they were feeding them. And the one kid, he was way up in this basket under a heat lamp, so he was just hanging out in the basket.
Right.
This one kid he was reaching way up there and to give me, here's my carrot, take my carrot. And the sloth is like, they're slow as shit, right?
Yeah.
So he's like reaching for it, and he gets about 4 inches away from the carrot, and the kid drops the carrot.
Oh!
And what's crazy was the sloth kept going. It was like his reaction time was like an old guy driving a Buick.
Yeah.
And then you see him like go and grab for it, and then it was like, fuck. And then after that, he got all back settled in his little basket, and then the other kid put something up there, and then he kind of like looked over at it like, "Fuck you, man!
No, man,
I'm not doing that shit again." You know, see how long it took me to go for it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was hilarious.
Did they happen to? Yeah, I don't know if I've ever looked up or heard exactly what the purpose is for the slowness. Is it?
Oh, like I don't know.
Did they
Maybe
do it
to not
for
attract attention or something?
Yeah, is it like a conservation of energy or just like a anti-predation?
Maybe they're lazy. They're
Well,
just
I mean,
a
it
lazy
could be.
animal.
I
I honestly
don't
have
think I've
no
ever
idea.
Figured it's just like they're slow.
Yeah, they just kind of
Like how a possum will play dead in order to feign.
right. Maybe they just look like part of the tree, so they're so slow that
Yeah.
can't tell. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But they had
now it's gonna bug me.
they had tons of they had like this huge tank that was like bat rays and
Yeah.
manta rays, like little rays, and you could feed all the stuff. So you could go, you buy these tokens, and then you spend a token, and they give you food, and you can feed them.
Yeah.
They had these. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what they're called. I forget the name. They basically look like giant guinea pigs.
Really?
They were huge. They get
Like
up to
a
165
capybara?
pounds. Maybe that's what, I don't know. Maybe, but they just look like giant, huge effing rats with no tail. But basically like a guinea pig.
Yeah. Sounds like a capybara.
Yeah, I think.
Hey,
so.
Mr. Folsom. Marty.
Yeah.
What's the petting zoo there at the
Yeah.
Palladio?
I mean, maybe
Do they have capybaras?
How do you spell that?
CAPYBARA. It's like a South American.
That's it.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a rodent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rodent family, and those things are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like a couple feet tall and easily, and cute as crap.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. What else do they have? My daughter, she geeks out on like cows and chickens, so they actually had little baby chickens and a giant
I totally
rabbit.
cannot see that at the Palladio.
It's weird, dude. It's weird
Because that's such like a...
You know where the Red
highbrow-
Robin is?
Yes.
It's like catty corner from the Red Robin on that corner there.
I wonder how long it's been there. Do you know?
I have no idea. But it's a popular spot for the kids. I guess a lot of kids,
What time did you go?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe around 11 or so.
Daylight hours,
Yeah.
not a evening thing.
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what their hours normally are, but we found tickets on Groupon for cheap.
Yeah.
It was cool. We did a couple laps around that place, and they had a huge turtle. And I mean, this thing was like that big. It was ginormous.
Yeah.
What else do they have? Oh, one of my favorite things is otters. They had an otter.
Oh my
little
God.
otter
Venus is
exhibit.
just...
Yeah, just watching him
triple-
flop around and play by himself.
Yeah.
Really cool. But they're all rescue animals. It's not like they're snatching them out of the wild and, ooh, let's put them in.
Yeah.
They're all rescues.
That reminds me of the when we were at Isle of Man, we went to it was like a horse and donkey rescue, like those that weren't pulling carriages anymore, or farm animals that were no longer in service, and
Right.
or were abused in some manner.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing. Like you could pay some money and get a bucket of feed, and you could feed the horses and whatnot, and they were all rescue as well.
Well, one of the things that Melanie needed, she was taking this marine biology class, and she actually, one of the assignments she had to go to specific places for this assignment. Like one of them, you could have gone to like Monterey Bay Aquarium or
right.
any number of beaches that have like marine life, like sea urchins or starfish that are in Southern California.
Yeah.
And I think this place fulfilled the requirement.
Oh.
Which was interesting because I think because of the bat rays and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we sort of planned on going, and then it was just like, hey, we're going to go do this because it'll just be fun.
Yeah.
Because we had already taken her somewhere when we went down to visit her.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was actually really
cheap
neat.
and something to do.
Yeah, I think like your kids would dig it, I would think.
Yeah, I didn't know that was...
I didn't either.
Because like when I think of something of that
You don't
size,
think a Folsom?
I don't think Folsom, and I certainly wouldn't think Palladio.
No.
All I see Palladio is Red Robin, the
Theater.
the theater, and the not World Market.
Like Cost Plus or whatever.
I think you have like a Trader Joe's or a not a Trader Joe's.
Oh, Whole Foods or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
a Whole Foods.
Well, it's a whole like kind of outdoor mall thing. That's like kind of like the fountains here
And
in
portals. I see a lot of portals.
Oh yeah. I didn't open my scanner once.
Well, yeah.
So shocked? Are you shocked?
No, not even a tiny bit.
But yeah, we had a good time. That was pretty cool. And if anyone's interested in going, just look up SeaQuest in Folsom. It's
Put it in the link in the description on our YouTube channel. We'll do that.
Yeah, I'll talk to
or
the
we'll
YouTube.
tweet about it as well.
I'll talk to the YouTube guy.
Oh yeah,
See what he is.
I know that guy.
I do. I know that guy too.
We just got to remember to put it in there.
But yeah, so we had a good time. We had a
That's
good
good.
time last week, and for the most part, it was really good week. And then it turned into after Thanksgiving was, hey man, put the lights on the house because it's Christmas now.
Hey, sad dad.
Yeah,
Sad
hey,
dad jobs.
We've got 35,000 snowmen that have to be in the house
Yeah.
because that's how it works. Because it's Thanksgiving is over and snowmen go in the house and lights go on the outside, and that's how it is.
It is the way. This is the way.
And if I don't, guess what? I go to the brig.
Yeah, the heads will roll.
Yeah.
So I had work. Obviously, I can't remember if we covered that, but I did have work over
Don't
Thanksgiving.
remind me. I think it bothers me more than it bothers you.
Then I can't remember if I said, I think it was after the podcast, but my dad had asked me, make dumplings.
Yeah.
So the potato dumplings was the ask of my dad, and I said, Dad, I have to work. I'll tell you what I'll do is if I have an opportunity, I'll plan on making them, but don't plan on the dish. So that way you're not out aside.
Yeah.
So I had a gap. I went to the store. I got stuff for dumplings, but it's been a couple of years since I made dumplings. And dumplings, we had this chat.
I don't even know how you make dumplings.
It's very simple.
Okay.
And I'll get there.
All right.
So we had this chat when we were talking about the family that was coming up. Mostly my side of the family from Southern California was coming up to celebrate here up at my dad's. We were having this talk with the kids about like heritage foods, like family foods.
Yeah.
That have come from, I think ancestors is too far back of a word, but
but kind of passed down.
Yeah, passed down
like
foods from like
recipes and
great
things.
grandparents kind of thing.
Yeah.
And dumplings in my family, along with kolachas, which is a sweet
It sounds like
bread pastry.
it sounds like a disease.
Yeah, it's a Eastern European thing.
I got the kolachs. I gotta go see the doctor.
Yeah. The star bread.
Okay.
They come in like it's almost like a little ladyfinger kind of thing from Bad Bakers.
Oh, okay.
It's that kind of thing. It's not a donut. It's not as sweet as a donut bread.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between a bread and a donut. It's in between.
It's a bread nut.
Yeah. Anyway,
Dough.
so that amongst dumplings is one of those like carry down like heritage foods that we were talking about. But it's also simple. It's based on potatoes
Okay.
and flour.
Okay.
So it's cheap and easy to make because when people are poor from the Midwest or in the Dust Bowl and all these things, potatoes were really available, and it was something that could feed a lot with a little,
Yeah.
and you would be good.
Because you couldn't afford meat and stuff.
Yeah. So I had made these probably 5-something years back for a Thanksgiving that we hosted here. Did them well, and it was like I'd explained it to the kids that it was like what's the movie Ratatouille, the Disney movie Ratatouille,
Which I just watched like last week.
when the food critic has a bite of the ratatouille that Remy makes, and it flashes him back to a kid when there's something that his mom had made him.
Yep.
A lot of the aunts and uncles that had the dumplings that I'd made that Thanksgiving were just like,
Oh my god.
not necessarily because they were that good, but
Right.
more so it
You
was
just
like,
took me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember these, and man, it spawned like a story thing. So my dad asked me to make them for his thing. I said, anyway.
I've had that actually happen with my grandmother. So Italian family
made something.
My grandmother was an amazing cook.
Yeah.
We went to the little Italian place there in Vernon.
Yeah.
I had something there. Was like,
this is that thing.
Oh my God, this is like my grandmother's food.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah.
And I ate it, and then the owner came by, and I was like, oh my God, like you just took me back 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I told her, like,
yeah,
this reminds me of my grandmother's cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I was working Wednesday, I went well into the night trying to make. I went through 2 different recipes.
Oh.
And
so you don't have a solidified recipe already?
No. And part of that is because the recipes, we covered this too with Piper when we were talking about the heritage, is like a lot of those recipes
are just made up as you go.
Right. It's a lot like my chili. It's like I don't necessarily make the same chili twice.
Right.
I do, the spice dumps are different anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of these recipes from like my grandma and my dad
dumps.
are just stay out of Sun City. Are like when we look through the family cookbooks, it's like flour, potatoes. It's like, well, how much?
Well, what's the
and how
ratio?
many?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
And it's like, well, season, add flour to consistency. It's like, well, what's is
the
that?
consistency?
What am I looking for? And there's nothing.
You're looking for
it's
a
like,
dumpling consistency.
Then you boil them. It's like, well, for how long? What am I looking for? Where's the catalyst? So I went, because I didn't get the first 2 right. And I would take them out of the water, and they would, and I'm like, I'm missing something.
Cornstarch.
And so then it was like, yes. Then it was starting to become a thing where it's like,
I did this before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I going to bone this? So then I was almost hoping that it was going to be busy on Thursday, because then
you wouldn't have to make it.
Then I wouldn't have to make it.
Yeah.
But then it was like one of the things was like, I know I can do this.
The pride.
I've done this before. I can hit that 20-mile run. I know I should be able to do this kind of thing. But Thursday did get busy.
Yeah.
But I had started it, and it wasn't until Venus and the kids had left, I flat out didn't get a chance to start and finish a batch. And Venus was like, well, do you want me to wait until you at least get one? I'm like, no, because I do one dumpling at a time to see if I've nailed the mixture.
Right.
And then I would bake or boil, 4 or 5 at a whack. But I can't do that. I'm not going to 5 as a test.
Right.
I'm like, just go. I have to deal with this anyway.
Yeah.
Work thing. And if I get it, I get it, and I'll bring whatever I have up. And it wasn't until I ended up with a gap somewhere between 4 and 6 where I had a shot to make some, and they were good to go. But then I got paged. So where I would have had some to take up the hill, I couldn't leave the house because I got paged.
Yeah.
It was like. So they stayed warm in the oven, and I did take them up, but by the time I got to the house, and the thing with dumplings is being like a general all-purpose food.
They need to be freshy.
Not necessarily. That's just it. They're like they're often and frequently just sliced like a tomato.
How big are they?
I make them about the size of a really large golf ball.
Oh, okay.
Maybe racquetball.
All right.
So
see, on my mind, I'm kind of picturing like gnocchi.
No, they're
size.
bigger.
Okay.
It's more like a racquetball. So
right.
Not as big as a baseball, bigger than a golf ball.
Sure.
And then you can slice them like you would like a beefsteak tomato, like in thickness, so maybe a quarter of an inch or more, and you fry them in butter, and it's like a really thick hash brown.
Do you put like a sauce on it or anything?
You can. Usually you'll serve them with either sauerkraut or you have them like with a roast and gravy. So it's kind of like just a hard mashed potato.
Is it a German thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you would have them with gravy. In fact, when I got up to my dad's, the turkey had been picked over. There was a slice of pie, but there was tons of gravy. So I pulled up.
You were just guzzling gravy.
Everyone else was in the living room, and they're all like, food coming out. I went in. I said, I'm
hungry.
Yeah. And they're like, well, we're going to start now. And I went, fucking, great to see everybody, whatnot.
Yeah.
Then I went right into the kitchen. I'm like, well, here's what I have to work with. a lot of gravy and my dumplings. So I pulled off a saucepan, I sliced them up, and I just put gravy in my dumplings, and that's what I had.
Nice.
And they were fine. So that was Thanksgiving, and then everyone
And
had
pie.
And pie. I had my slice of my dad's apple pie.
Nice.
Yeah.
He didn't make pomegranate pie
No.
or like grape pie.
Although if he had
Is
like a
that even-
sauce,
grape pie.
yeah, grape
Grape pie.
wine grape pie.
Oh, I don't know if that would be very good.
Probably not. It'd probably fall apart.
Do they even taste any good? Wine grapes?
Yeah.
Like right off the vine, they taste okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like a table grape, but yeah, you can eat them.
I mean, you could eat them, I'm sure, but I mean, the flavor is like you could get a bunch and be like satisfied with a bunch of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just smaller because
Oh, they're tiny.
yeah, small-ish. So that was mine, and I had a lot of the families then started leaving probably an hour after I got up there. At least the local NorCal family, my sister and whatnot. The kids came back because they had Piper and Venus were running, so they didn't stay up there long. Oh, well, Black Friday, so they were doing shopping stuff. They weren't running.
Oh, Black Friday.
Oh yeah, they were ditching for Black Friday stuff. Yeah.
We
Anyway, so
talked
that
about
was
this
my
last
thing.
year.
Yeah. So yeah, we can go right into thing. Did you buy anything? How was Black Friday for you?
No, I didn't. I
didn't either.
We don't go. I don't. We don't partake in the Black Friday, the madness of it, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cyber Monday. Anything?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think I was probably because I think last year when we did the podcast and we railed on it
Yeah.
pretty good. I think I didn't see anything particular, but because I worked, I wasn't quite as
In tune with it.
huffy and angry about not finding things.
Yeah.
But the end result was the same. I didn't buy anything from Black Friday in a sale, and I didn't buy anything on Cyber Monday from a sale. I just didn't see anything spectacular.
I really never came across anything I was looking for or cared about, or
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't know.
And as far as holiday lights go, because I was working, so I, the whole trigger with the thing,
Yeah.
and go out and put the lights up. I noticed that Sunday, the neighbor across the street, I think single mom, she had her snowman and her lights up, and someone else, I think in the court, had lights up, and I went,
All right, I gotta put some lights
but
up.
I got my trump card here. Also on Monday, in between, I just went out on the porch because I left the blue lights up, and I just went, Pink.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Nice, daddy. See,
I'm glad they still
happy
work.
dad. Yeah, I'm like, oh, sweet ass. Fucking blue lights are up. See how much effort I put into that?
Well, it's
Like
funny.
the Christmas lights are up.
So I don't know. There's not like a contest. My old neighbor who used to live next door, he doesn't live there anymore. It was almost like a contest. I mean, we always put our lights up on Friday, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, that guy always wanted to try and make sure that he got his lights up before I did. So it was always like this weird kind of like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Well, I know there's plenty of people do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to be the first.
I ran on Saturday early morning, and there were lights up.
Yeah.
So I know people were doing that Friday.
Yeah.
Obviously. Oh, and then Friday we had Friendsgiving. So hashtag Hi Dragon, hashtag Hi Mike. Thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
They cooked for Friendsgiving, and plenty of people brought their own little side dishes. Lots of food. Hashtag Hi Will. And Hi Sarah.
I really wanted to go, but
It was good stuff. I worked pretty close to. We were late.
yeah.
But they still had food for us. And, we played. God, what was that game? That's what she said. It's like
Okay.
a Cards Against Humanity.
I feel like I play that on a daily basis.
Yeah,
Just
between
off the top of
between
my
us.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's a staple
It
game.
was a little bit. Well, it was slightly tamer. Yeah, I wouldn't say slightly.
Than
It
Cards
was
Against Humanity.
If Cards Against Humanity is NC-17, this was probably PG-13.
Okay.
But what made it
It
what made it
sounds like-
still fun was that you knew that's what she said. There was a lot more like you had to kind of do a little bit more leap of faith with like the innuendo, whereas Cards Against Humanity is much more like on the nose, like two dwarfs shitting in a bucket. This was like, doing something naughty in a bucket. He's like, oh, I can put two and two together here. I know what this is. So it was still fun. We had a good time.
Yeah.
What made it semi-awkward was that Piper was out there around the fire, and she ended up having the headphones in because, Venus is dirty innuendoing and winning all my cards. I don't know how that was happening. She's playing all the right ones to get mine, but, it was funnier because Piper had listened to a couple hands, and it was just like, okay.
She's like, this is too much.
Yeah, Daddy's
I-
making dick jokes and da-da-da, and I'm like, Sarah's doing like, this is awkward because she's having to talk about dicks and
well, it's funny
wetness.
because you're in your element, and your daughter's like, no.
There were a couple cards. I'm just like, I'm playing this one just so I can see Venus say this, and then I'm looking over, and Piper's got her headphones in, and she's hooded up, and she's not paying attention.
That's
anymore.
hilarious.
At least what she led on to believe, so it was funny.
That's good time.
Okay, so what came about from Friendsgiving while we were there, I told this story about how when we talked about the last episode, we were talking about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Or it might have been 2 weeks back, and we were talking about timelines of where the Mandalorian fits, and you said something like, how do you know all this shit?
Yeah.
And I said,
wait, hold on. Geek.
Right. Venus, after she'd heard the episode, she said, you should have just said, nerd.
Yeah.
And we would have been fine. And I went, it fits. So while I was working last week up until Friday, YouTube doing their business, they send you on down the rabbit hole things. So one of the things in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge thing with the droids and the lightsabers you build and the little the holocrons in some of the shops, they work off of the Kyber crystals that you can get, and the Kyber crystals come in different colors, and they light your saber up in different colors. They make slightly different sounds, and then when you put them in the little holocrons, which are like it's almost like a Rubik's Cube thing that lights up the color of the crystal, and it has like a lore thing in it.
Okay.
Each crystal does something unique and different relative to its color.
But also, the box is always the same. You're just putting the crystal in,
Right.
and so it does something based on whatever the crystal is.
Right.
Okay.
So, when you do your lightsaber with the Savvy's Workshop thing, you're getting one.
Yeah.
It's included.
Yeah.
But if you want a different color, you can buy, but you can only buy them at Disneyland. You can only buy the Kyber crystals at Disneyland.
You got to make another trip.
So apparently YouTube knew that I was looking up Kyber crystals and all of the things that they could do and where to get Kyber crystals. So it turns out someone figured out that the Kyber crystals work off an RFID frequency and chip, and they're coded as such.
Oh my God.
So this...
Oh no, it's a programmer?
It's an RFID programmer.
Oh shit.
And the
that's
guy
funny.
has all of the codes for all of the colored Kyber crystals.
So wait, so this is just a generic.
It's just it's
RFID programmer.
Yeah, it'll read and write at certain frequencies.
So whatever the crystal is, I can
write.
You can say
so you
do
can
this
take
instead.
in his case, he had a green one, and you can program it to white, yellow, black.
There's no batteries in here.
No, it's not. Because I haven't done it yet.
You haven't?
I just came off pager, so I haven't had a chance to. So I'm telling this story I'm nerding out about how I saw a YouTube video on how to get around the system of needing to go back and buy probably hundreds of dollars in Kyber crystals.
Well, not only that, but tickets and driving down in a hotel.
And it's a nerd thing. So now it's like, haha, I have a tech gadget that will get me around the system, and now I can, now I have all the Kyber crystals, so I can be Darth Vader.
That's
and
hilarious.
Luke Skywalker's crystals. So I'm telling this story, and I know that Venus is pissed off at me because apparently I'm so hard to shop for her. She may or may not have done something at some point in time involving another colored Kyber crystal, and I just got
the key for all of them.
The key for all of them.
Oh.
So we had a good funny
So she
Hodge
may
of-
or may not have bought an extra one when you were down there is what we're getting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then it,
And now she's like, man.
yeah, you're a dick and whatnot. It gets into the, because I'm so hard to shop
Yeah.
for, I have like a cutoff.
Oh, I know. You haven't reached that yet?
I think it's Black Friday.
It's from Black Friday
Now-
on or something?
Yeah, because we started rolling it back to cover my birthday too. Because I would be like, oh, I got this. This is my birthday present to myself because I'm an
Right.
old sad dad. And she'd be like, Dick,
God damn it.
yeah, I already have a hard enough time trying to get you something.
Yeah.
And you went, but so
I've heard of this
Yes.
conundrum for you.
you can't buy anything anymore. I'm like, all right, you have to set a date though, because how do I
How do I know what
yeah,
to cut?
so it kind of rolls back. So
It's gonna be.
it was
getting
Black
earlier.
Friday.
Now it's August.
Yeah, it quite well be like Halloween at some point. It'd be like at October 31st, you just need to stop buying shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, there was a running joke at Friendsgiving about how I had ruined her gift ideas because I nerded out and I got the key to all of the Kyber crystals. So if you're a listener and you have the holocrons from Disneyland with a Kyber crystal, and you're interested in getting all of the lore involved, or you have a lightsaber from Savi's workshop and you want to see it changes the color of the blade. So even if you have a green one, it'll change it to red, yellow, blue, purple.
So there are RGB LEDs
yeah.
in there.
So the color of your crystal
Determines
it has
blade.
the default, but you can color it based off of the code. It essentially the
RFID
hilt
tells
will
it.
just read the RFID and then display accordingly.
Yeah.
So
And also change the sound.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
That's pretty cool, though.
It is.
So how much was that little gadget?
It was like $24.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. So if I recode my lightsaber twice, I think that Kyber Crystal is like $12 to $20.
Oh, that's not
so if I do
terrible.
it twice, I've paid for the RFID, and plus it'll do like the little discs. Like I can code like an RFID disc and give it to somebody or something, or like you can put them like
What
on
discs?
a keychains. You can like RFID tag stuff.
Oh.
And as like a label, like an RFID
So you
label.
can buy those somewhere?
Yeah. Well, it came with like
Oh, it did.
cards and little tags, like keychain tags.
Oh, that's why it has a little card slot in the back?
Yeah.
So you put that in there, and that's close enough to...
Yeah.
I
Like
see.
Mike and his, doors that run off on, well, hopefully they don't do that, but, they would work on like a security door that runs off an RFID scanning thing.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
fob
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah. You could rig it up probably to a garage door or something and just boop, and it would...
Now I bought for the Cadillac a couple like a month or two ago stem programmer because the way the tires show up or the wheels show up in the car it like knows the front left right and rear left right. So if you rotate the tires, now they're all wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So then they have to be reprogrammed. So I bought a reprogrammer so I could
Tell each tire
where
its real location is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise you don't know. Really.
Why is it tires? I just changed. I was going to ask. So do you have like an all-season tire on the Cadillac?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. It's all
I
season.
ended up, in my solace of one pager night, I ended up rotating the tires out from the stickies to
yeah, you
to the
need
all
to now,
seasons.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, you have to get to December to get water or something, and then you start getting all of it.
Yeah, all the water comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't know. I don't know about you. I enjoy the rain. I
don't mind.
I actually like it.
Yeah.
Ever since I can remember. The rain I've always kind of there's a solitary thing about it I think I like.
Yeah, I like there's like a white noise with it too. Like if just open it up and just listen to.
I love driving in it.
Yeah. There's a white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. Somebody just told my wife and I think it was yesterday, I'm so over the rain, and I'm like, it's been like 3 days.
Yeah,
it's only it's still early December.
Yeah, it started December 27th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one week barely.
Yeah. I was like, man, you're in for it then.
Yeah.
If you're already tired of the rain.
Yeah.
That was kind of
you know what I
weird
found
comment.
odd too is like calming. It is I would find myself watching like the Caltrans, up the I-80 corridor, like when it was snowing.
Watch the snow come
and
down.
just watching. I mean, it's the smallest, 1 by 2, 2 by 2 inch like feed.
100 by 100.
Of just snow falling and like cars just. There's no audio. Just
yeah. Oh,
it
you know
was
what
very,
I watched?
like soothing.
You know what I
Wow,
watched today,
how bizarre
which
is
was
that?
rather soothing? So remember the guy I sent to you? Okay, so if you're interested in this, on YouTube, there's a channel called Post 10. And the guy, one of the things this guy does on his channel is he just goes around. He lives I think he lives in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So they get a lot of precipitation up there.
Okay.
In this particular
the
area.
gutter guy.
Yeah. So he just goes around and films himself cleaning gutters. So the gutters get clogged with pine needles and tree leaves. And then the streets flood, and he goes out just on his own time and scoops leaves and shit out of the drain so the streets won't flood anymore. And so he does that, but in addition to that, he also there's like he'll go and clean culverts out.
Yeah.
And like the water's backed up because the culvert's blocked, and he'll go do that. No, but he'll go clean culverts out. Now, I am fascinated for some reason with watching this guy clean drains and culverts. So you know what? He had a new video because I guess it snowed there the last couple days.
Okay.
Snow blowing his driveway. Oh my God. I fucking loved that.
Like watching it take slices out of the driveway and blow
So
it.
he's just pushing the snow blower. He said he's got this 40-year-old snow blower, and he's just pushing it down the driveway. And he's just shooting snow out the side.
Yeah.
And just like watching him work it across down the drive. I was like, this is awesome. I could watch this all day.
Yeah. It's I've showed, because I got on that channel because of how we share the Sad Dads account.
Yeah.
It was on, like, recently watched. I'm like, what is this? It's like whirlpools. What?
Yeah, because I watched it on the wrong.
Yeah, and as someone that has, that does like the ASMR head massage stuff, I'm like, okay, I'll watch this, and
Oh
wow,
he's got
look
whirlpools.
Look at the water go.
Yeah,
I've showed it to Piper. I'm like, there's like a running joke here with the whirlpools. I'm like, oh, look how big that whirlpool is on his commentary. I'm like, I do that. I'll go out here and I'll clean. I'll take the Osmos out here and
he's getting millions of views off of him cleaning gutters. Well, what's nice about his is he even goes a step further to show you, oh, well, this is where it comes out.
Yeah.
And that's fascinating. So there's a lake there. It's like a pond.
Yeah.
And apparently the pond was put in because they used to cut ice on it or something at some point or whatever. But it's just houses there now, right? It's like old school, but it still has the drain and stuff is like a big grate. It's like a big square box, and it has a grate sitting on it, and that thing gets clogged all the time. So he goes and cleans that out, and sometimes it's really deep, and he'll go clean the drain, and that lake, it's pretty good sized lake, and it will drain, over an hour's time. Yeah. It'll come way down, but water just goes through that grate like something crazy.
I'll be damned.
So he goes to the other end of where the water's coming out, which goes under like a highway or a road to the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Well, the water going into the drain is clear, and when it's coming out the backside, it's muddy and dirty. And he's like, something's going on here because the water coming into the drain is clean, and I think because this pipe's rusted out inside, now it's wearing away the inside of under the street. So he got like the news crew out there and like whoever it is that maintains all that shit, and they were like trying to figure out what was wrong. But he was all
put him
over
on the
that.
path.
Yeah. Huh. It's fascinating. And he goes out there with just a rake. That's usually his tool of choice. He doesn't even wear waders. Yeah, he doesn't even wear waders. He just wears like rubber boots. It's kind of silly. But yeah, go check out Post 10 channel on YouTube. It's fascinating if you're into that kind of thing. I totally am, apparently.
Just like cleaning stuff for the benefit. Yeah, and I've seen a couple where he's working on the street and you get asshole like coal rollers like throwing shit. It's like there's a guy and he's got like a high vis vest.
Yeah,
I want to say in most of the videos. So that there's someone there trying to do.
It's got reflective on it,
and you can see there's clearly water on it, and you get these dickheads that are just spraying him. Yeah, with it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there was one video where he was cleaning out the gutter, and then a car, because he was cleaning out the gutter because the street was flooded. Yeah, and so a car, instead of just driving through the flooded area, went and drove down the sidewalk, which was not even next to the street. It was like a big giant grass path with trees, and then on the other side of that was where the sidewalk, and the car is driving down the sidewalk.
You got to get to where you're going, I guess.
Just so bizarre. People are so weird. Anyway, fascinating stuff. I love that crap. Yeah. I had a little bit of that when it was raining. My new next door neighbor, she's from the Bay Area. I don't think they get as much tree leaf droppage as we do.
In the Bay?
Yeah, like in San Jose. She was from San Jose. Oh. And so plus the fact that the wind whips down the street that's across from us. We talked about this.
Yeah.
So she's got a ton of leaves. Well, my house, I've cleaned all my leaves up. The house on the other side of her has cleaned all their leaves up, and she hasn't done shit. Yeah. So all the leaves are sitting in the gutter, and then it's raining like crazy, so now the water is backing up into my yard. So I got out there, and I'm like raking stuff. I felt like post 10. Yeah. I'm raking up.
You didn't record it.
No.
You could put it on Sad Dad's, like some sort of Sad Dad's ASMR.
Yeah, no, I was,
Hi, this is Jim. I'm right here making whirlpools, baby.
Yeah. His commentary is pretty funny, too.
He's a very simple fellow.
Absolutely.
Just doing good, and this stuff, the comments, I'm talking about the guys that are, like, spraying him. I've never heard him cuss. And he knows he's getting, like, being punk dicked.
Well, he even goes as far as
golly.
He'll like take he'll find bicycles in the water channel, and he'll like pull them up, or tires. He'll roll tires up out of the
someone to come get
out of the gully and put them on the side of the road, or there's one video where he was next to a train track. Yeah, and obviously someone just took tires and rolled them down into the gully, and he pulled them back up and stacked them on the side of the thing. Like, well, hopefully when they come by, they'll pick this stuff up.
People are dumb.
Yeah. So
we had neighbors. So we had the neighbor that has the free fence.
Yeah.
So they had.
Is that free fence Fanny?
Yeah, free fence Fanny. Okay. I'm gonna say what Venus calls her. Anyway.
Apparently, it's pretty choice.
Yeah. Oh, it's colorful. God, what day was that? I think it was over the week, Friday, Saturday-ish. I don't know. Anyway, pager makes it all go fuzzy. So they had people over limbing and cutting down trees.
Did she hire somebody?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, they were not anyone I recognize, and definitely not the actual residents.
Okay.
Limbing and cutting like just about all the trees and pruning in her backyard. They cleared out most, if not all, of the trees that leaned on or over our side of the fence, which is nice. But now we've got like this naked straight shot like right into her bedroom and the kitchen living room. Okay. So it's like weird, I guess. It's like, well, you didn't have to take everything. Yeah. But it was funny to see they
hopefully you don't get to see her naked.
The piece of segment that I had left on her the piece of segment that I had left on her side of the fence.
Pancakes.
Waffles?
Maybe.
No.
Sorry.
What waffles? That I had left chained.
Oh yeah. So when you put up the new fence,
right,
you had to affix the old fence so it wouldn't fall over.
Right. So I removed there were 4 segments to be replaced. I removed 3.
Okay.
Because as I fixed the fence, that I just pulled as I went.
Okay.
But in order to not leave a hole in the fence, I worked around one last segment. So when I closed up the fence, that left one segment on her side of the fence that had no attachment. I didn't want to just... She has a dog, so I didn't want to just knock it over and leave this, 6 foot, 7 foot section of fence.
Right, okay.
Where her dog, for heaven's sake, if I pushed it over and her dog was sniffing the fence and ended up under... Yeah. Bunny, ball. So I anchored it to the fence that I fixed and just kind of left it there. So I couldn't see the chain, but I had left it anchored so that it didn't fall. When they did their tree work, they removed everything. They undid the chain. They did all the tree work. They filled up like a 12-foot trailer section of tree parts, limbs, all pruning debris.
That's not going to fit in your green can.
No. They filled up this trailer alongside of the house, and they have left the segment.
It's still there. So why take the chain?
I don't know. I have no idea. They unhooked it, and now the segment of fence is leaning against the fence that
you made.
I've made. And they took everything. They took all that other wood waste, but they left.
Oh no!
They're like, we do everything, but I'm sorry, ma'am.
This fence
segments and pots. We're all going to the same place at the landfill, but this wood is no good. It's no good. Fuck you. We've been up the trees and down the trees, the chainsaws, the prunings, the clippings, and we've climbed the fence.
And the chain that's holding the fence.
We have unhooked the fence. The chain is yours, by the way. But the fence segment, fuck no. Fuck no. Happy Thanksgiving and holidays.
We out.
Goodbye. So it's just sitting there.
That's weird.
And the one tree that it was kind of leaning against, they completely removed it.
Oh.
So now if there's a wind, that
go.
fence segment that I was concerned would fall on a dog or something will fall.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Is it on that end or that end?
It's like right in the middle.
Oh, it's in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh. That's weird.
There is no tree to prevent it from falling over in her yard anymore.
Oh,
I'm
weird.
Okay.
That's strange.
The fuck you?
Yeah.
The segment stays or the wood goes?
Yeah. The clipping go with us.
Yes. We have to get all the trees along the fence. It's very clean, except for segment. Fuck you. Not taking.
Fuck you.
No. You don't pay us any labor. We spider monkey all over the fence, which I saw happen a number of times. Like them trying to do their best to not leave. They're real fast for hillbillies, I tell you that. If a limb fell on my side, there was some dude he'd come over and then he'd grab it and go throw it in the thing. And then
did you hear a banjo playing?
Yeah. Oh, it was straight up. Hey, buddy, you gonna take this birch tree down? We got one limb. They're going chainsaw. What? The fuck is going on here? And they were, so they took down the birch tree was probably 30, 35 feet tall. They took that whole thing down in order to make sure that it fell into her yard. Oh. They had tie downs. Very rednecky, tie downs and rope that looked like it wasn't stable anyway. Yeah. And he's just limbing stuff off this thing, and it was quite hilarious. But they're going up and over the fence that has the 2-part urethane foam stuff.
Yeah.
So big ups. It works.
I guess it works.
Because it took a full-grown man spider monkeying up and over the fence a number of times as they tried to anchor and take down a whole tree. It was
funny.
Quite hilarious to see.
So I wish we had video. I mean, that would be a nice show open.
Yeah, it had to have been when I was on pager, because I remember sending you guys stuff, but I couldn't go outside. Well, plus it was the banjos were keeping me scared inside anyway. But
it was deliverance.
I figured if the moment I opened up the garage and went outside to look, I'd be you won't come over and help, fucker. I'd be God, as much as I want to
not really
cut wood with you guys,
I got some computer work to do.
I got an RFID thing, and I'm really more interested in coding my lightsaber. You got one of them laser swords? I'm like, fuck. I thought they were fake.
Will it fit in my tooth hole?
Yeah. Will it fix the trailer? We got a hitch problem.
Does it add vitamin D to your buttocks?
Can you butt chug it? Well, it's not that kind of chakra fixer, but
jeez.
maybe.
Wow. Well, that's fun. I mean, you got some chuckles out of it at least.
Yeah. And, proof positive that cement post alternative works.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wonder how long that stuff lasts.
Probably longer than cement.
Probably.
Because it's not earthly.
Do they use it for, like, Titan missile silos?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Put it on the tip of missiles.
I got some work to do on fences, too. I got a tree that needs to come down and fences that need to be fixed. And
I got some hillbillies you could call.
No.
If it falls on the sidewalk, don't you worry none, because it's not your property.
Don't you worry none.
The city will come get it.
Gosh. I think the lady that lives next door thinks that if you just put your shit out in the street, that the city will come get it. Not in my neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, and they left the trailer there. Venus was saying, because I had thought because they had filled it so to the top.
Oh.
That it.
So it was walled?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had honestly thought that it was too heavy for their, like, 1985, Cheyenne Chevy truck. Like, it would have popped off the ball because it was so ass heavy. So they had left it, and I think yesterday, it had been there a couple days.
Oh.
Venus was like, when I left this morning, the tires on the trailer were flat.
Oh, my God.
And we're like, fuck, maybe that's why they left it here, because the tires. I had thought that they had left it maybe because the dump was closed on the holiday.
Oh.
So they had like one cone at the corner. I'm like, fucking, no one's going to hit that thing. It's so big and massive. But then it came by yesterday to pack it up. But
Did they use a bike pump to pump the tires?
At some
back
point,
up?
the truck that was towing it was like hood into it with its hood up. I'm like, fuck it. They're like
trying to figure out how
Cletus.
to move.
Yeah, Cletus. They're like, we're trying to find more horsepower underneath the hood of the truck because
Go get the bicycle.
Yeah, try and tow it. Get out in front with the donut and fucking pull it.
Did you bring the mountain back?
God damn it. Should get the tricycle.
Oh, that's
Start
funny.
throwing Cheez-Its in front of Cletus and make him run.
Bring the horse next time.
Right. It needs new hoofs. You know that.
We can't afford shoes for the damn horse.
The pavement. He's dirt bound only. Where are you from?
Dirt bound. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the horse is busy turning the grinder or something.
Yeah.
At home.
He's busy making millet. You need to shut up. He can't.
You know he's busy right now.
God damn it. And then we're milking the donkey. He can't help. Your boy's always milking that donkey. What's his problem? Well, he likes the donkey.
He likes milking it.
Shit.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some funny stuff.
So
I literally have tears in my eyes. I needed that.
do you have holiday PTO coming up? When are you off work?
Well, normal work. Wow.
Work.
Normal work days off would be. Well, normally we get Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then typically over the years we've had New Year's Eve and New Year's.
Yeah.
This year, not New Year's Eve, every other day. So, but I took off the 2 days right after Christmas, Thursday and Friday, because Christmas is Wednesday, and then I took off the next Monday and Tuesday, which would be New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And then we get Wednesday, and then I'll go back to work Thursday.
Yeah. I have 15th. I have the week leading into Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think the Monday,
For
Tuesday.
PTO.
Yeah, I have that marked off for PTO.
Yeah.
And then I work.
I think you do that every year, right?
I try to. Last year it didn't work out that way. I think last year I worked around and up to Christmas because I waited too late to get my
To
PTO
put it
in. I think I work around and up to New Year's this year because when I looked at the team calendar, I went, well, Christmas was already blocked out because but the week going into it was open. So I'm like, well, I'll take this one and then I'll work after Christmas. I mean, at that point, it's okay because, it gets slow-ish. So this year I have the 5th, that week going into Christmas off. So I'm...
So like the week before the week, because Christmas is Wednesday. So
I have that week prior,
and then the 2 days before, or not?
I think I got.
Oh,
the
so you
2
got a
days.
bunch of days off.
Yeah,
you're gonna have.
But I think I go back to work Thursday, whatever the 20. I think I go back to work the 26th.
So you're gonna have 7, 9, 11 days off in a row.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's fun.
I'm looking forward.
Oh.
It helps like coming off the pager and like wanting to
yeah.
But I've got like another week to go.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully I'll get like a Monday or Tuesday drive in. Maybe I'll go up the hill and like just stare at the snow.
Why don't you go snowboarding?
I think I just want to.
You just want to veg out?
Yeah, we'll play that by ear because who knows my physical capabilities. Also,
Well, if you sun your taint too much, you can just sit.
Just go into like a big old sun igloo and just wrap it. Up. That's high elevation too, so that's like more of a direct shot of sunlight straight to your taint.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right
that's
at
good
Donner,
for your organs.
Donner Pass.
That's
just like
that promotes good organ health.
Yeah. Just make sure you get the suntan lotion on there. Not bronzer.
No. You use coconut oil or something.
Yeah.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, not
cooking sherry.
Yeah.
Just rub it all over there.
Yeah. You get like those neck things and just kind of
for your
wrap it around
for your heinous.
Yeah. It's like
it just focuses
inverted poodle skirt.
Imagine the amount of vitamin D your heinous could get with one of those. And how
reflective poodle skirt?
Yeah. And how healthy your internal organs would be by the time you were done.
Yeah.
Assuming there was
like
sun
a paper
together.
towel where like the longer you go, the further it penetrates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how long do I have to sun my taint in order to have a healthy heart? Because that's all the way at the other end.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's like, well, I'm here long enough. I'm hoping to increase the health of my esophagus.
Yeah.
Also, and stare a long time at my pee hole. Get pretty intimate at that for a while.
For those not in the know, we're not really like. No, well, I mean, it's not an inside joke. It's an article that
we'll link that in the description down below.
Yeah,
I mean,
an article that we ran across where this woman says that if you sun your perineum,
right,
then your
for sad dads, that's your taint,
or your heinous,
your chode,
that you are promoting good internal organ health, and then that some actor did this and burned the shit out of himself because he did it too long.
See, I didn't know if that was a joke or not, if he was trying to play off on
maybe he was.
On how silly that was.
Maybe I didn't get the joke. I just thought...
the whole thing, too. I mean, getting sun in moderation is...
It's just like anything else.
Right.
Moderation.
It's like, well, if you spend all your time inside doing hot yoga and then you take a couple days to go bend like a fucking switchblade with your butthole to the sun,
here's what I have.
You're probably going to feel pretty good at the end.
Here's what I have vision in my head is how somebody is all pink and supple everywhere else, but then they have the leathery taint skin because they've been sunning their taint.
How come your bottom of your feet have like this golden brown tan like you've been at Hawaii or Maui for a week? You're like, well, when I sun myself, my feet are forward to the sky.
Yeah.
What? Can you explain that? Well, you see, when I sun myself, I fold myself like a taco.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just end that here.
I have direct access from one star to the other.
Yeah. And after a couple burns, actually, I started improvising a monocle right around my butthole.
Monocle.
It's polarized, so now I've got polarized butt chugging of light.
God. So anyway, it's a whole article, and so we've been making lots of fun of it because it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know how anything you absorb at your taint is going to be helping out your appendix or your spleen.
No.
Or your liver.
It's probably just getting sun every once in a while and probably makes you feel good.
I would just think that anything you put in your face would probably be much better at promoting any kind of health towards you.
And you're probably more, prone to getting a sunburn, which would be worse for you on a part that doesn't get sun.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason why they call it
out and
the place where the sun don't shine.
Right.
There's a reason why they call it that.
Probably because it's tender.
Yeah. I don't want to be lubing up aloe all over my crease because I spent too much time and I can't sit now. Or wipe my ass for that matter.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Everything feels like 80 grit.
That's Charmin.
Yeah. Or Disneyland toilet paper.
It feels like burrs of a tree. Oh. Yeah.
We're at time.
Dang. Already?
Yeah. Right?
Just in time.
Started it with the butthole.
Oh, and
ended it with the butthole.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're coming full circle.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn. That just came out of nowhere.
Right on the dot.
Anyway. All right. Well, thanks for listening. And I guess we'll wrap this up and
catch you next week.
Take it easy.
All right. Bye.